Hello, friends. I'm still trying to get set up on Instagram, so it'll be just a moment. Let's see here. Oops. Okay. It says I'm live on Instagram, and this little phone thing's kind of being wonky these days. All right, so I should have both things going. So depending on how y'all want to connect, you can connect with me over Instagram, over Facebook. Okay, let's see here. So we had our full moon in Aries that hit us Sunday, October 13th, and we're still in the energies, so it's a great time. Goes to the bottom of the deck, the star, to clear away old fears. Aries is the sign of leadership, and what's going on with this thing? Sorry, trying to adjust the Instagram. It was looking kind of wonky. It still does, but I can't quite figure out how to make it better. Aries is all about leadership, independence, the self. It's the first house of the zodiac. It's the spring. It's the warrior energy, right? It's ruled by Aries, or Mars, the planet Mars. And yeah, it's the god of war, the god of aggression. And in the tarot deck, the card for Aries is the Emperor. So, I feel like, this is about conquering any fears, especially old fears from the past that just haven't quite been healed, or you didn't deal with them. I'm trying to find it right now in the deck so I can show you. And last week we also had Venus move into Scorpio. So the energies were really super phoenix rising from the ashes, kind of heavy. So here is the Emperor card. So then both cameras can see it. And this is the energy right now, although it's intense, but this whole Libra season has not felt like Libra. I said that in my last reading. This whole Libra season has felt like Scorpio season came early. We're having to really clean up any old shit that we didn't take care of, right? And feelings have been intense. Emotions have kind of run wild, right? Okay, and I forgot to write down the names of the people I'm going to do today. So I'm going to say, please leave your comments and questions here. Leave your comments and questions as I proceed with the readings. If I don't type anything in the comments box, I don't see all the other comments that are coming in. It's kind of crazy. So I vaguely remember the 7 people that are on the list for today for individual readings. And I won't have time to go back and double check, but if, yeah, I should remember. So yeah, this is basically a reading for the collective. So we are asking for advice and guidance as a collective for the highest good of this group and anyone who watches this video in the days, months, and years to come, that they receive the healing and energy they need from the messages that are received. Okay, beautiful. The energy of this new moon is manifestation. The Magician card is really perfect. So, the Magician also represents Mercury. We are in the Mercury retrograde shadow period. So if shit hasn't kind of started to go wonky with your technology yet, it probably will. So really, for this beginning of Q4, in business and personal life, all of that, things are, may not go exactly as you have planned. Some people like to have a plan B. That's fine. I think what's great about the Magician is that the Magician tells us we have all the resources we need. We have everything we need to accomplish what we want to accomplish, to manifest what we want to manifest. So the Magician's going to ask you to be flexible, to stay on your feet, on your toes, and to use all of your resources at this time. Communicate what you want. That's what I'm hearing the spirits say to me in regards to this card. Speak freely, openly about what you want. I know there was kind of a veil of secrecy, and I think that had more to do with the Venus going to Scorpio over the past couple of weeks. There was this energy around, don't tell people what you're working on, don't reveal too much, don't overshare things. And I feel like that time is definitely passing. I feel like they're also saying this is a good time to maybe launch something, which I know is kind of a weird thing because we're going into Mercury retrograde. It's not something advice I'd usually give, but that's what I'm hearing, that if you're launching something, that this week is a good week to launch. So the actual, peak of the retrograde is going to hit us probably the first week of November. But up until that point, you're going to have little technological snafus and different, just different things that you're going to have to maybe go with the flow and not necessarily be able to go with the plan. And that doesn't mean we don't plan. Of course we plan. But definitely visualize how you want things to go. Put your intention ahead of you. Like, this is what I want to manifest. This is what I want the outcome to be of this launch, of this talk I'm doing, of this interview I'm going to go on. Whatever it is, put your intention ahead of you, because you are in a powerful manifesting phase with this full moon energy. Okay, the love card for this week is reconciliation. So someone from your past is returning. Or if you have been in not a good place with your significant other or a good friend, what this is telling me is that there are peaceful resolutions at hand. There are solutions to problems. There is a unification happening. So for some people, if this could be a past love coming back or past love interest coming back to your life. Reconciliations generally happen between soulmates. So I feel like this is strong soulmate energy. Could be twin flame energy. And again, it makes sense. We're going into Mercury in retrograde time period. So that is going to return past situations that still need healing, some loose ends that need to be tied up, or second chances. This might be a time for second chances between you and a past love, or a family member that maybe you've been estranged from, or a friend that you've lost touch with, okay? Really beautiful energies. I'm gonna put on my sweater because it is cold in here. For some reason, it could be like super hot outside, and our house is like 20 degrees cooler, which is really great for Ojai because it gets very hot here. But I'm actually going to put on my sweater because I'm cold. I'm going to choose one card from the Angel Answers deck. And this card is, is a general, similar to like the tarot card I pulled. This card from the angels will be, it can be applied to love, business, your personal life, whatever is going on that you might need some advice for. So this angel card says, don't stop. This is a really great card. Don't give up. If you're feeling tired, if you're feeling like I'm working on this so long and I'm not seeing the results I want to see, what the heck's going on? It's basically saying things are going to change. All this gold on this card, you're in a manifestation of prosperity. You're in that, that Venusian Aphrodite energy of gold. Gold is protection, it's prosperity, it's the money, it's the resources, it's the help you need at the last minute. So don't give up yet. Don't give up before the miracle occurs. Things are moving. The universe is conspiring on your behalf. So keep meeting the universe halfway. Even if you're tired, even if you're like feeling hopeless, this is about staying optimistic, having hope, and believing that you can do it. Don't give up. Okay. So I'm going to pick a Kuan Yin oracle because she's been speaking to me lately, but I want to kind of show all three cards together. So we have an interesting message here. You have all the resources to manifest what you want, to bring into the tangible world that which you have been wishing for, have been working on. Put your intention, your magical intention. Maybe it's a story you create, something in your imagination that shows and demonstrates the outcome of what you want. Okay, so you're in a powerful manifesting period. It's not a good time to think about what you don't want. Definitely focus on what you do want, the outcome you wish to see, and put that intention in front of you as you go about your work, your day, your manifestation. The second card we got was reconciliation. So we could connect this also to, love relationships, any relationships where you've been estranged, where you've been feeling alone or separated or wishing for somebody to come back to your life. They are returning. And, and also people could return unexpectedly. Maybe you're like, oh, I'm not really expecting anybody to come back, or I'm not wishing for that, but it's very probable that it's going to happen on a collective level, especially with Mercury in retrograde. Our third card was don't stop. So this is an angel with a trumpet, and he's holding his hands up. It's a great image. So it's like, keep charging forward. You're on the right path. You're doing what you need to do. You're going to manifest what you want. You're going to create what you want on the tangible physical realm. You have to believe in yourself. And if you need a little break, you need a little rest, take your self-care time, but don't stop. Don't give up. Complete what you have intended to complete at this time. And I feel like also reconciliations, this is a great card for, this fourth quarter of the year, because we're tying up loose ends. We're going into a whole new decade, 2020. We want to go forward with a clean slate. If there are things you need to clear up with other people in your family, in your love life, past loves, whatever, you might want to sit down with this full moon energy and make a list of like, what do I feel unresolved about? Who are the people that I feel unresolved with? Who do I need to have a conversation with or send an email to? Or do I need to write a letter and burn it and let that energy go to the universe and close it out? Okay? Tie up loose ends. I feel like that's an important message here. And we're going to wrap it up with a beautiful card from Kuan Yin. This is a wonderful way. I love this oracle to wrap up readings, because Kuan Yin just kind of like takes all the different pieces, puts them together, and brings a really beautiful, gentle light to it and highlighting all the parts that need to be embedded in us so we don't forget what we really need to be doing. Okay, so let's see what Kuan Yin wants to tell us. There's a card that's going to pop out or stand out to me as I'm shuffling here. Asking Kuan Yin, here we go, to give us a message, and it is beautiful. The Yin Empress, number 40. The Yin Empress is one of my favorite cards. This is the divine feminine, and it's connected to your soul purpose around embodying the power of the feminine. So for women, that's pretty self-explanatory. For the masculine, the male gender, you are asked to honor the Yin Empress in your life, within and without. So your own inner feminine, and maybe the mothers, the sisters, the girlfriends, the lovers, the wives, whatever it is, your Empress, your divine feminine, honoring that side of yourself. So this is just that, coming into soul purpose with how to heal that divine feminine within and without. Okay, number 40, here we go. The Yin Empress brings peace, prosperity, and success to her beloved devotees. Your soul purpose includes healing and empowerment of the divine feminine, the Yin Empress herself. You gain power, assistance, and untold blessings in following your soul purpose. You are lifted and supported in your sacred work now. Fantastic. You are a spiritual leader and pioneer, and part of what you are here to do for the planet on a soul level, whether you are a man or a woman, is to empower the divine feminine, the cosmic Empress of Yin, or divine feminine energy, so that we might live in a more balanced way on the earth. Okay. So, your sacred task, for which you will be richly supported, nourished, and rewarded, is to help live her truths now. In doing so, you are planting seeds of awareness and experience for others to draw from when they too are ready to live into her sacred truths. This will explain why at times you feel you do not fit into current culture. You are not meant to, because you are meant to help it to grow and change. In the same way that beloved Kuan Yin had a rebellious and compassionate streak, and did not fit into the world in the way that it was because she was born to help it heal and ascend, so too does your soul yearn to make a difference in this world, to help it be free of fear that leads to competition and domination and power struggles, and instead to live from a place of peace and love. So I feel like that says so much about this Aries full moon, because the shadow of Aries is domination. I have to be better than everybody else. I have to be stronger. I have to be the strongest, the best, the first, right? That is the shadow of Aries. It's a very immature energy. Now, the light of Aries is standing in your truth, standing in your power, and taking a leadership role, leading the way for others. So, we're going to struggle probably with those shadow issues, because other people are going to come up around us, maybe doing the same thing or similar things to what we're doing. And we're like, oh shit. Okay. So, a lot of people, when they're faced with this, they're either going to shrink, which you're not supposed to do. You're supposed to be like, yes, we are all rising together. We're lifting each other up together. Yes, we're all working with the divine feminine. We all have a different take on it, and it's beautiful and it's amazing, and we can empower each other. The shadow of that is looking around going, okay, I'm just going to shrink because, I I'm just doing all this other stuff that so and so and so and so is doing better than me. Yeah, no, no, no. That's not how you want to look at this energy. So another shadow scenario that might come up is competition. I have to be better than XYZ person. I have to know more about the divine feminine. I have to know more about this and beat her at her game, beat him at his game. I have to get there first. I have to get to the finish line. You know what I'm saying, right? A little competition can be really good for us. And that is, there is some beauty in competition. Look at the Olympics, look at, sport games, all of that. Competition can bring out the best in people. Let it bring out the best in you and appreciate the brilliance of others. And first, appreciate the brilliance in yourself, because you have something to give, you have something to contribute. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on the planet. What you have to offer is important. Okay? So, what else do I have to say about this? Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of people coming forward. More people are going to come out and come forward about their work with the divine feminine, women's empowerment circles, women's empowerment retreats, all of that. And it's going to feel like a flood, a flood of all of this feminine beauty and amazingness. So see it as that, and don't get caught up in, oh no, you know, everybody's doing this and now I'm doing this too. And, are people going to still come to my things? Am I going to be able to make money? Am I going to be able to make a living? And I know some of this is coming up for me as I'm reading this card, because I see it every day. I'm really aware of what's coming onto the scene, what other women are doing and other men are doing. And there are men doing this work too. So, if you see potential collaborations, collaborate. If you see somebody maybe overstepping their bounds, there could be some people that will overstep their bounds and steal your ideas. That's another part of the shadow of Aries, is taking ownership of what isn't yours. So, and I'm not just talking to Aries people. We're all in Aries. When there's an Aries full moon, we're all influenced by the temperature, the flavor of Aries. We're all taking on this temperature now, and we're all being asked in our personal collective here to raise the energy and the vibration by working with and empowering and raising up the divine feminine energy. So embrace it, go with it, and be aware of when the shadow thoughts come, and stay in your light. Be the queens and kings of the divine light, of the divine feminine, and let her reign. This is, we were talking about the Emperor card, which I put away, but the Emperor card has a feminine counterpart, and of course, it's the Empress. So it doesn't surprise me again that the feminine counterpart of the masculine is coming forward. It's a balance. So let this be both a galvanizing time of building character, of working hard. And it's not about, tiring yourself out, but it's about having the endurance to go the distance. Create your empire. Okay, it's the right time, and do it with the Empress also on the throne. So we have both the Emperor and the Empress in our midst, which is gorgeous. Loving it. Okay, so before I go into the individual readings, I am going to read some comments. Okay. These all look good. And I'm seeing the folks that hi Danielle, hi Sissy. all the folks that it looks like that wanted readings today are here. So there were 3 people from last week that were overflow, and that I'm going to be doing their readings today, and then I added another 4 people because I can only do 7. Linda says, okay, you divorce an Aries and so you're on it. Oh, okay, so tying up loose ends, any sort of unresolved stuff in relationships, super important to tie up those loose ends. Thanks, Rachel. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you love these readings. A lot of wonderful people here today. Hi, Colleen. I see my Helen and Helen are here. Hi, Fernanda. You're welcome. And Brandy, good to see you. Yeah, Brandy, I'm gonna need to be off the call by off this video by 11. So I have 20 minutes and we have 7 readings. And it looks like Danielle, you and your man PJ want cards, so we can I'm gonna do a birthday reading for you, honey. Danielle, your birthday, my sister's birthday is coming up on Friday or Saturday. So awesome. And Kimberly, thanks again for coming and bringing the Jennifer, and then the other Jennifer came, and Vivian was a delight. It was really nice to meet her. Okay, so that looks like the most of our comments for now. And if you want to stay and hear the other folks reading, you are welcome to stay. I definitely will. I'm not promising that I can get to any other readings. So if you're good with the collective reading and you want to skip out until the next time I come online, totally get it. Okay, so I'm going to start with, I think Mack McCauley. I have Mack McCauley for the first one, Cindy Anderson, and the other Cindy. I don't remember the other Cindy's last name. We have 2. I think we have a Cynthia and a Cindy Anderson. Maybe they both have the same. I couldn't remember that. It's funny. Okay, so Mac, I will do yours first, and we are asking for card for Mac. So Mac, you had 2 cards kind of flip up, and they're really interesting. They're kind of like the polar opposites. You have the I'm going to end the Instagram video real quick. So Mac, the 10 of Cups in the Tower. Wow. Very intense energies happening in your family life. A lot of change, a lot of upheaval. I'm thinking this might be the recent past. But I want you to know that everything's going to be okay. Whatever has happened, there's a surprise or a shock or something that happened in your family life or in your personal life, or it could have been something that happened in your work life, but it has affected your family or has affected you all around in different areas of your life. So I just want you to know that you're safe and protected, that a lot of good is going to come out of this. A lot of good, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy. The family's going to come closer together. There's a lot of good feelings, a lot of abundance. Okay, so don't worry about things if that's what's going on, okay? Okay, so that was, okay, so I'm going to do a reading for Cindy, my Cindy in Santa Barbara. I guess that's a good way to keep the 2 Cindys separate so we know which one is which. So Cindy in Santa Barbara, here is your card for the Aries full moon. This one's sticking out. Ooh, this is beautiful, the Temperance card. So this is Archangel Michael. I'm going to tune in a bit to listen to the message for this, for you specifically. Something major has really healed in your life. And I feel like it has to do with a second chance with a love partner, or with, or there's a new partner coming in. I feel like this is about love, and this is about balancing your energies kind of before that time comes. Like you're about to, or maybe you just got involved in a love relationship, but there's a lot of balancing going on for you, and healing. I feel like with you and your granddaughter too, there is some balancing that's going on with energies around, maybe about how she's approaching her schoolwork, or approaching a particular group of people. There's some healing and balancing going on. There's some lessons there for her and you, but I think more for her that you're helping her with. But everything's going to get smoothed out. It's about, just taking a step back and taking a deep breath, and kind of letting, not totally ignoring situations or problems, but letting things kind of work themselves out, and being emotionally available, being open to conversations and a cooperation. Okay. But I feel like the first message that came through, the first feeling I got for you was around love. Okay. And a love relationship that's coming in for you. Woohoo! Okay, so the other Cindy is in Joshua Tree. So Cindy in Joshua Tree, I am pulling a card for you. And okay, they're taking their time. Let's see. Cindy and Joshua Tree. Your card is the Nine of Wands. Interesting. So this is guarding something, being a little bit protective. It could be that maybe you need some extra privacy and sanctuary right now, and around something, maybe it's time with your beloved. There's something that you're really valuing a lot at this time, and you want to protect it, create a sanctuary for it. I believe this is about good boundaries for you, having better boundaries around your time, around your emotions, around your energy. I think it's more energy, but definitely boundaries need to be upheld. And you may have to stand up for your boundaries. That's what this full moon might be about for you. All right, beautiful. And so those were the three that were from last week. So this week, I know we had two Helens, and I believe it was also Colleen and I think Christina. Christina Dale. Okay, so Helen Hodgson. And you're both originally from, the area of the UK, right? So Helen Hodgson is in California, and Helen Dixon is in Ireland or Scotland. I can't remember, Helen. You have to remind me. We need to get caught up, girl. Okay, so Helen Hodgson, this Aries full moon. What's happening for you? What do your loving guides and angels want to tell you? The transformation card, number 13. This is also the card of Scorpio, the death card, the phoenix rising from the ashes. Wow. Okay. I'm getting that you're really letting go of something. You're just really putting it in the goddess's hands. You're like, you know what? I've done everything I could do. I'm just going to kind of sit back, let go, and relax. I feel like there's been some striving, and their guidance to you is everything is happening as it's meant to happen. You need to just, I'm getting a feeling of starting fresh. There's a fresh start, and also just like a hands off. Like they want you to just um, really allow spirit to take the lead, and um, don't push the agenda. Just like hear the message, like sit back, receive the messages that they're giving you and the directions they're giving you. They said they're giving you very specific directions of what to do right now. And everything's going to be fine, but you have to follow the directions. So it's surrendering, totally surrendering everything. The ego, the need for accomplishment, the need for money. It's like they want you to really like walk your talk, just fully walk your talk. And I feel like you are. I think this is another like just confirmation and support for you for what you're already doing, but they wanted me to make that emphasis for you. All right, beautiful. Gosh, powerful energy. Okay, Helen Dixon, what does this Aries full moon? Ooh, I think you get this a lot, or you did when I was reading for you more. The Chariot. Move forward with something. Move forward with the wind is at your back. You are being propelled. The universe is propelling you towards something, someone. I feel like for you, it's similar to, I don't know who else it was. It's both love and business for you. You're in the process of moving forward with your business, and you're going to triumph for sure. There's something new, a new job, there's something new that you are ready to put out there and just ride the wave of it. It's going to be very well received. And I also feel like there's a man. I feel like there's a man here waiting in the wings, but I feel like you're, I don't know what your focus is right now, but what they're telling me is your focus has really been on foundations and, really caring for the physical body. Yeah, so foundations, it's physical, mental, emotional on all levels. So they're like, your foundations are laid. It's time to go conquer. And what's so funny is this is in some different tarot books I've read about the history of tarot, the figure in this chariot, some say it's Alexander the Great, who did become emperor. But this is him in his youthful, like conquering and fighting and the warrior energy. This is very strong, triumphant energy for you. So beautiful, beautiful energy for you, my dear. Okay, so I think Christina and Colleen were the other two. I need to look up. I'm sorry, folks. I don't remember. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I definitely Helen, Christina, and Colleen. Okay. Christina Dayal. Let me go back to my other screen. Here we go. Okay. Christina, your energies for this full moon in Aries. You got 3 cards. You have the Nine of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. So I think I know what this is about. I feel like you are the Queen of Swords in this scenario. You are the one, you're going to make a decision, a final decision to end something, and you're really worried about it. Or a final decision to have a conversation with somebody that you're worried about. There's a conversation that needs to happen. When you get the Queen of Swords, it's about, she wants to make a decision. She wants to communicate that decision, and make her decree. Like, okay, I made this decision. Here's the decree. Here's the judgment. And this is how it is. This is how it is. So there are some worries about that. At the same time, I see you with this Two of Wands energy really looking into the future, like you're ready, to start really focusing on the future. Like you don't want to be so much with this past stuff that's been holding you back, holding you down, old fears, old crap. You really want to be future focused. Like, what, from where I am right now, where do I want to be? What do I want to do? And this, I feel like there could also be travel coming up for you too. I don't know if that's actually happening, but I feel like there could be travel coming with this man looking out to sea, looking out over the horizon, and also holding the world in his hand. So you have a lot to look forward to, is what this is saying. So try to let go of your fears, make your decision, do it swiftly, just be like bing, bang, boom, and move forward into your future. Okay, so Colleen, you are my final one. So you left me a comment here. It says, good idea, letter and burn. Yeah, it's a really, really good way to clear stuff. Okay, let me see. Thanks, Audrey. Christina says, it's funny you want to have the conversation today and you're petrified. Yeah. Brandy, you'd like to hear everybody's readings. I think it's great to stay for the other readings for sure. Because even though it's for that individual person, we're going to learn from it. We're going to learn about the cards, like how to interpret the cards. And we're also going to learn about an aspect of ourselves that maybe we didn't think about. So it's like these, what's the idea of borrowing benefits? So you're borrowing the benefits of their lessons and, able to apply them in your own life. So good point, Brandy. I love that. I will make sure I mention that next time. Okay. Colleen. I'm looking forward to seeing you for your birthday reading. She just had her birthday last week. All these Libra women in my life. I have a real full-blood sister and lots of sisters from another mother. Okay, Colleen. Interesting. Okay. You have the Eight of Swords. Very interesting energy for the Aries full moon. What I'm hearing is that you are the one that has to get you out of your own self-imposed limitations. You may have felt powerless in a situation recently. You're not powerless. You have all the power, right? You have all the power, and we got that in the collective reading as well. So use this time to take off any sort of blindfolds or blinders or blind spots or ways that things that you maybe have, you just didn't want to look at right now. they're going to come up to be looked at if they haven't already. I think you might have just gotten a preview of some of that on your vacation. So yeah, kind of like what I talked about in the collective reading, really making a list of any unresolved, I'm getting unresolved feelings, unresolved, maybe even ambitions. Just what is your, like, really do some heart listening and journal from that place of like, what does my heart want me to know right now? What is it that my heart needs? Like seeing your heart as like this innocent, very childlike um, energy that has a life of its own, that wants to embark on something that feels passionate and exciting. And, you know, I think this will, getting this all out of your head and out of your heart will help you get more grounded with moving forward. Like, I feel like there's just been some hesitation, like, I'm not sure what I want to do right now. I'm not sure which direction to go, but, um, there were just so many options. You kind of had to shut them down for a little bit. So I think now it's time to kind of uncork all those different options and entertain them, and then really, like, I think write it down on the list, write whatever journal notes, and feel like you have a sense of which direction you want to start moving in, and then burn that paper. Really let everything go, because the Eight of Swords it's like a sign of maybe being a little bit overwhelmed. Like there's just too much happening. There are too many choices to make. I'm just gonna just shut this all off because I need to take a break, and that's okay. It's okay to take a break if that's what you need to do. So that's why I mean, just write it all on paper and make a decision about, okay, I'm going to deal with this, next week, or I'm going to give myself today to just be in my own energy, relax, have fun, eat a really luscious meal, drink my favorite glass of wine or a cup of coffee, and eat a bar of chocolate, whatever it is. Have some, indulgences, have some self-care to kind of flow out of this bind that you're in. It's overwhelm. I'm feeling it a lot. Like I'm feeling energy of like, like overwhelmed. So take a lot of deep breaths and write that stuff out, burn it, and then, yeah, just make a decision when you want to start taking this stuff on piece by piece, because you don't have to do it all at once. It doesn't need to be an overwhelming thing. Okay, my love? So, yeah, it's 11 o'clock, a little after 11, so I have to jump off. And for those of you that want readings, I'm happy to do them the next time I do readings. And we have our new moon in Scorpio. I will probably be back. It should be in a couple of weeks. And for now, hopefully this tied you over. But if you do want a personal reading, I do have openings for my Tarot Tuesday quickies. So between like, I think 2 and like 5 p.m. tomorrow, they are listed on my, right on my Facebook profile, but I will list them again somewhere in here. And you can they're only $25, and it's a 20-minute reading. And we can do it over the phone, over a video, or yeah, probably not in person this week. Tomorrow, I won't be able to do anything in person. I could definitely do it over the phone, though. Okay. Wishing you all so many blessings for this full moon period, because there's a lot happening and a lot of great things happening. Okay. And yeah, if you have any questions just about any of the cards that came up or what's going on in astrology, leave the questions in the comments. Okay. Till next time, have a wonderful, wonderful 2-week full moon period. Bye.